So on this section, we're going to use certain vocabulary such as flow charts, site maps, concept maps, task analysis, so we can understand what it means and how your website is actually using these forms. So what is a flow chart? A flow chart is a diagram of sequence, movements, or action that a user does on your website. So basically, it's how you get something done on the site. We're going to use your current website's layout as an example. So let's say the user is trying to find a contact form. The flow chart here on our right shows what the user has to do in order to get to this contact form. So will be your current website. The user will be in the home page. Then he'll go to the About Us. And once you're on the About Us page, you will then have what you currently have, which is text. And then you have an option that says click here to fill out a form. The thing about your current website is when you see click here, you also have, let me give you an example, I'm sorry. When you see click here, you also have About Us, other highlighted text that can confuse the readers, such as assignments, teams, marketing solution. So they find themselves clicking on these options that really directs them to nowhere. But as you can see here, once you go to home, About Us page, click here, it's actually this little hyperlink you guys have highlighted in red. And once you click here, you actually have the form that you have to fill out in order for you guys to reach back out to the future client. So as you can see here, after click here, there's the actual form. That's how your current website looks. Another example would be finding a blog. So here's an example of a flowchart with your current website finding a blog. Again, home. Once you go to home, there's actually a tab. The bolded means there's tabs. So there's a home tab, there's a blogs tab. You click on the blogs tab and then you have all these areas where you can actually read the new blogs. So these are all single pages after you click from the home page to the blog page to this hyperlinks that'll take you to a different page. So an example of the social entrepreneurs, when you click on that blog, once you're in that website, you see the post comment or the social media links, which I believe you have Twitter, Facebook, and so forth. So this is an example of this flowchart on your current website. So what are sitemaps? Sitemaps is a list of pages or website accessible to the user. It can either be a document form or a diagram. So basically a sitemap is where everything is located. So again, we're using your website as an example. So the sitemap is the current topography of your website. As you can see here to our right, this is a diagram showing your current sitemap. So you have your website, you have your home page, then all these bolded are your current tabs: About Us, Services, Portfolios, Team, Press, Blog, Contact Us. Again, here's the actual website, and what you see here is actually what's being depicted on this diagram. Now when you click on About Us, there's a page. It's just a singular page. Services is the only options that you have multiple sub pages. You have your portfolio. Your team also has sub pages, and just regular pages moving forward. So this is how your current sitemap looks. So when we're discussing sitemaps and we're giving you hypothetical ways or recommending, suggesting how we can improve your current sitemap, we will provide you with a layout that looks like this, but of course with the proper recommendations we've made. What are task analysis? So a task analysis is the analysis of tasks are being completed on the actual website. So it's detailed steps to complete a task. I know you may be wondering, well, wasn't the flowchart a way of showing you how to get a form? You are correct, but the task analysis gives you the details on how to get to that form. For example, it's no longer go to the home page, click on the page, there's the form. You will actually get details on go to the home page, go to the third link, click on the red form, fill out your name, hit submit. Those are task analysis because those are detailed steps to finding and completing a task on the website. An example here to our right is basically the home page, finding services. So here's your again, image marketing consultants. It's your actual web page, homepage. The bolded are the tabs. So step one, go to services page to see what you guys have to offer. Once you go to the service page, then you guys have hyperlinks taking you to describe each service you provide. So advertising, media planning, public relations, professional speaking. So how what's the definition for media planning, or what is media planning? You actually will go to advertising and media planning and you will get that answer. If you need to revamp your company's image, you know that you'll go to public relations. If you need coaching for professional speaking, you know you'll go to professional speaking tab. So this is an example of a task analysis, detailed ways on how to find things on your website. Another thing that we've done as a group to improve and basically have the proper recommendations for your website is we created a survey. We asked 10 questions to users, 21 users, about the current site. Some of the questions were their age, what feature they found most appealing, the least appealing, what caught their attention when arriving on the site, what information were they hoping to find that wasn't on the homepage, what mood did they feel, how do they find their interactivity, the navigation, the overall site, and any final thoughts. So some of the answers we got from the survey, which you can find details on our print document in front of you, um, details of what each person answered, but right here we're going to summarize it for time constraints. So due to time constraints, I'm sorry. So we basically had the surveys filled by individuals from 19 years old all the way to 56 years old, and many of the users they found the website easy to navigate. They liked the photos. They love the block calendar feature. And one of the things that we're recommending is more pictures, less text. So when we do these surveys, we kind of want to have concrete answers to coincide with what we like to recommend to make sure that we also are going the right direction. A lot of the users found the scrolling photos very appealing, which is what we have up here, which is something that a lot of them caught their eyes. Another thing that we kind of missed, and I'm glad that it was brought to our attention in the survey, are what they actually was hoping to see on the homepage that they didn't see. And one big thing was a career opportunity tab, which is something that a lot of websites have. So users, again, when they go on your website, they expect to see that. I know you may be thinking, we're not hiring right now. We may not, we can't afford right now to bring more new staff or internship or so forth. But having a tab just simply to state that would put the user at ease and they will actually find what they expected to see. The overall mood, here's an example of the surveys for statistics, was great. Everybody thought it was friendly. Some thought it was mediocre, but not a large percent. As you can see here, only 6 people out of 21 thought the website was mediocre, but they found it easy to navigate. So that makes us want to focus even more on the actual physical appearance, I'm sorry, instead of internal. Aesthetically, it's easy to communicate, navigate, but visually they would like to find it more pleasing, more warming, more exciting, more of a marketing example. They found it to have average level interactivity as well. So any final thoughts that the users had after the survey was that they mentioned that the fonts, the colors, the photos, were great, but they could be improved. The fonts are too similar, not similar. The colors are dull or not dull. Again, you can find details in the document handed in front of you. And basically, from this information, we've decided to alter our overall recommendations just so that we can implement what we found after creating these surveys, as well as having support to what we already thought needed to be changed. All right, next person speaking up.